It was an interesting boarding process, to say the least. It kind of began the whole episode at the ticket counter, where the ticket agents wanted to seat us separately from the children, which was against the FAA regulations. In a bit of irony, we had discussed some of the issues that Allegiant was having up to that point, but decided to kind of roll the dice because in aviation, especially commercial aviation, things are inherently safe. So we boarded the aircraft. They ended up seating the kids with us, which we insisted on. And it was my youngest child, Ethan's, the first flight he remembers. He's 4 years old. And we were sitting by a window seat just forward of the engine. And I began describing to him what was happening. The pilots are pushing up the throttles, and now things are going to begin to accelerate. And he was having a great time looking out the window. Before we reach what's called rotation speed, which is the speed where you basically go from a ground vehicle to an airborne vehicle, there was a loud bang that caused the aircraft to shudder. It originated from the engine, and about the same time we began to veer, which felt like similar to somebody grabbing a steering wheel while driving, and we started veering towards the side of the shoulder of the runway, and then the pilots aborted the takeoff. So nothing was said. The passengers were calm. It was, fairly startling, but after the whole episode, the pilots of the aircraft explained that we had an engine problem on takeoff. And they ended up telling me after we had taxied back to the gate that they had a compressor stall, which is oftentimes associated with a maintenance issue. And so what proceeded after that was a lot of mishandling of the passengers, and a lot of disgruntled people as they sat around for many hours with no questions answered, no information given, and no offer to help us to make other connections, or in no way were we comped or offered any options whatsoever.